There are over 1.2 billion cars licensed on the world's roads today. So perhaps it's unsurprising that some people think they can drive like this. But what might surprise them is that they are now being caught on camera.
It's all on camera, buddy. I don't give a shit.
With as many as 50 million people injured each year on our roads, the use of dashboard cameras or dash cams has experienced a meteoric rise. And incidents captured on these cameras, along with CCTV and mobile phone footage, are being passed to police to help detect dangerous drivers and convict crash-for-cash criminals. But more often than not, these cameras bear witness to the daily antics that unfold on our roads, with people posting their dramatic near misses online to become viral sensations. In this series, we'll uncover the hilarious, the hazardous, and the downright outrageous footage taken directly from streets across the globe. And we've tracked down the people who caught these moments on camera.
People don't necessarily understand the power that they have in their hands.
To get the story behind what happened.
It did not feel real.
And although you may see some pretty shocking stuff, not a single incident featured involves a reported fatality. We've handpicked hundreds of the most eye-popping events captured on camera. So prepare to meet the world's deadliest drivers. Head on. It's a brand new series of the world's deadliest drivers. The last one was so successful, we've squeezed out a number 2. We've got cars causing skids in the underwear department.
It definitely felt like we were in a movie.
Road rage acting as a laxative.
It's quite rare that you actually see a car coming towards you on purpose.
And an explosive back end. Ooh. But first, sometimes in life we're all tempted to go a little crazy, to rip up the rule book and throw caution to the wind. You know what they say, rules are meant to be broken. Unless they're the kind of rules that generally keep you alive. This motorcyclist thought he could outrun this dashcam car, but after breaking the rules, he ends up breaking his leg. It can sometimes feel like there are almost too many rules. Recycle everything, don't make noise, don't drive on the wrong side of the road. Well, yeah, that last one, yeah, that's actually quite good advice. An immediate fail on any driving test. Anyway, here's Doug Brawner to get all worked up about it so you don't have to bother.
One of the problems, I think, with driving is the rules of the road, so to speak, were taught to us when we were children. Look, I had lunch next to a grown man the other day who had his elbows on the table and blew his nose in front of me. That's bad manners. Weren't you taught that? Well, we're teaching our kids way too early and not reteaching our adults what the basic rules of the road are. So whether or not we've forgotten or we've chose just to ignore them, our driving habits are like the guy blowing his nose at the dinner table. It's not cool.
Doug Brawner, ladies and gentlemen, backed by popular demand and drawing comparisons between the rules of the road and excessive nasal mucus. Let's move on. Nobody likes getting stuck in traffic, especially not this taxi driver in Ukraine. After taking out 2 police officers at a crosswalk on the wrong side of the road, it's not likely this taxi driver will make his next fare. In fact, he'll be the one shouting, "Taxi!" from now on. And in Latvia, it seems slowing down for sharp bends is just something other people do. Having learned a great deal about safe driving and how much tarmac hurts over such a short period of time, this biker and his passenger are lucky to escape with only minor scrapes. California, USA, and one car hasn't looked both ways. As the white car skids down the road, our dashcam car doesn't seem too worried. They're not stopping, so clearly they must have somewhere to be. Ah, Chinese food. If you're buying, I'll have beef in black bean sauce and prawn crackers. I don't need any chopsticks, I eat it with my hands. I find it a lot easier. Our final have-a-go hero reckons he can skip the intersection unscathed.
Hey, dashcam video.
Nice to see the driver of the dashcam car is so incredibly worried about the well-being of the other drivers.
Nice. I'm gonna be a YouTube celebrity.
Good to see everyone's got their priorities right then. Gah, millennials, I ask you.
There are road users who will break the rules of the road. I have no sympathy with those people whatsoever. We all know what we should be doing. If you're a driver and you choose not to obey the rules of the road, I would hope that the consequences in terms of penalties, financial, whatever they may be, are severe.
Ian Temperton there, absolutely furious. He's right though, dangerous driving can wreak havoc on our highways. But sometimes it seems you don't even need to be on the roads to be at risk. As the staff at fashion store Plato's Closet, so many questions about that name, in Wisconsin discovered.
It was a Friday morning and we had been open for just over an hour. Usually we have more customers in the store at that time.
The little boy was watching me put on new clothes on a mannequin because a customer had asked me to get them for her to try them on. It was a regular morning. I just looked over at Liz and she just had panic on her face.
When I heard the car crash, I put my hands to my ears and I just ran. All the customers were just in disbelief that it had happened.
There was just glass everywhere. It shot into everything.
It definitely felt like we were in a movie.
It did not feel real.
The people who were hit by the car were a mother and her daughter. One of them got stuck between two racks and the other one was hit.
To her, the little boy was watching me and he had moved over just about 2 inches, and a minute later the car came crashing through. The counter hit right where he would have been 2 inches previously. So it was just incredible that he wasn't injured. The mom hopped onto this counter. She just wanted to make sure her son was okay because he just screamed, "Mom." And then that's when she found out that she was more injured than she had thought. But she just laid on the counter until medical attention came.
The driver of the vehicle was a woman in her late 70s.
I had just heard that she got her foot stuck between the gas and the brake. The woman stayed in her car for about 45 minutes after the accident occurred. I think she was still in shock and just embarrassed, but when she was taken out of her car through the passenger door, she just walked by us and didn't say anything. She wasn't prosecuted because it was private property. I think things could have been a lot worse just with the little boy and any other customers that might have been in the front of the store.
It was definitely a very scary and traumatic experience for everyone involved. Had it not been a couple minutes later, we probably wouldn't even be here to tell this story.
The older you get, your faculties can escape you. But occasionally, your eyesight goes. You're not quite as quick to react. Often there are calls for retesting, maybe 5, 10 years, just have a quick refresh, quick retest to make sure that you still can remember the rules of the road. You know what? I think that's quite a positive idea for everybody, no matter whether you are Lewis Hamilton or, you've been driving a few years just to get from A to B. It's something you think you can remember how to do. It's something you think you're very good at. But maybe it might be a good idea just to check on yourself every now and then, just to make sure you're at least reaching a minimum standard.
Wise words there from Alex, who knows, as every driver does, that it can be tough out there on our roads. Sometimes just getting from A to B will see your path fraught with felony, littered with losers, and rammed with road rages. But every once in a while, something happens that proves that, without a doubt, what goes around comes around. And that, folks, is called karma. First up, we have the parable of the pleb at the petrol pump, also known as the ass who got gas. This ditzy driver was so busy cutting up his helmet cam comrade, he hasn't noticed he's left his wallet and his phone on his roof. Lucky for him, our big-hearted biker picks up the wallet and pursues him like a knight in shining leather. But despite our hero's gallant efforts, it's less than a warm welcome from Prince Charming here. Same to you, mate. Not to be disheartened, our protagonist persists with his pursuit.
Bro, thank you so much, bro.
But our biker's not feeling the brotherly love. Sorry, bruv, innit? The ungrateful git is left with a smashed phone, and the moral of the story is, when it comes to wayward wallets, it's finders keepers. No, sorry, that's not right. The moral of the story is, of course, treat others as you'd like to be treated, and not everyone is out to get you. But this guy in Russia probably is. The main lesson here: stop for pedestrians already on the crosswalk, because if you don't, like a bad beef stroganoff, they'll come back to get you. No, sorry, wrong again. The real lesson here is, don't mess with massive Russian men. I mean, what did they eat for breakfast? Scrap metal. The souls of their previous victims. I mean, he's like the Terminator. Going back to some good old traditional karma now.
Illegal! Illegal!
Looks like the next U-turn he'll be doing is back to the test centre. Our next driver's wife has just found his Tinder profile. See if you can spot him. After weaving through the traffic and his web of deceit, the driver eventually swipes right, pulling up on the hard shoulder and making a run for it on foot. I'd like to hear what Doug's got to say about all this.
Dangerous drivers definitely have an attitude. They always think they're better than they are, but that's what makes them dangerous. Too much confidence with respect to driving, always going to be a bad thing.
We do love Doug here. Too much confidence now and more money than sense. You know that feeling when you just bought a shiny new Mustang and you just feel like it's going to be yours forever?
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Well, he doesn't either.
Oh, my God.
Time for the fast and the foolish Australia drift now, as this half-hearted hack tries his trick at skidding around this corner. Shame he didn't clock the police van at the lights opposite. Our dash cab driver seems pretty chuffed with the repercussions. Yeah, it's funny, right? It is funny. I don't think it's that funny, mate. Perhaps you should pull him over and give him a breath test.
Dangerous driving it's just not worth it. Sometimes it's just someone trying to prove how well endowed they are, which in the process of doing so actually proves that they're not. It's inversely proportional. The faster your car is, the smaller it gets, really.
Alex Guy there, talking a lot about willies. Ah, the English countryside. Rolling hills, daffodils, sheep. I mean, no shortage of sheep. But picturesque as it may be, the English countryside can sometimes be the setting for something far more sinister, as Jonathan Stewart from Norfolk found.
I'd been to pick up my children from school. I'm just chatting away to the children.
But after innocently overtaking a car at a roundabout, Jonathan noticed the driver behind him wasn't too happy.
He overtook me and slammed the brakes on. I think the driver was either wanting me to get out of the car or try and drive around him, but we just sat there. It's 5 o'clock, it was a busy Friday evening. So we sat there for 2 or 3 minutes. At that point, I actually phoned the police to say there's a guy driving really dangerously. And then eventually he got bored, I think, and drove off. He's overtaken me, he's jammed his brakes on, he's proved his point, well done. And we just thought we'd carry on. This guy took it one step further. We drove off, came around the corner, only to see that he turned around in a lay-by and was heading straight towards us on the wrong side of the road. It's quite rare that you actually see a car coming towards you on purpose. At that point of impact, my daughter burst into tears because she was just obviously really scared by everything. He then reversed that. It went from a bit of a surreal moment to quite a scary moment within seconds. It was just a very weird situation to have happened. The police initially took a full statement. They took the dash cam. They said that they wanted to proceed on dangerous driving, then got referred to the Crown Prosecution Service, who initially rejected the case.
The car was registered to a large family business, which meant the police were unable to prove who had been driving at the time of the attack.
Everyone that had access to the vehicle was in denial that they were driving. I do still use a dash cam. It was beneficial. We've got that irrefutable evidence. All the reactions that it's had from media outlets have been very positive, I guess, for me, knowing that, you know, I'm not the unhinged one and the other driver was. It does highlight the dangers of what happens on the road.
I think most drivers will have experienced some form of road rage at some point. If you have got an angry driver coming towards you, my advice is simple. Stay in your car, lock the doors. If it's safe to do so, drive away. And as soon as you can, telephone the police. Once it's safe for you to stop and to give us a ring. Don't get out, don't get involved, don't take part in it. The chances are it's not going to end nicely.
Well, thanks for that, Scott. Full of the joys of spring. Blimey, police officers, they really know how to put the willies up you, don't they? Stay safe out there, folks, or just stay in. If only someone had said that to this next bunch, who seem to have put their safety pretty low on their list of priorities. Valencia in Spain now, and this Sherlock has overloaded his rear trailer full of oranges. Now, can you guess what's going to happen? See, that trailer was simply no match for the basic laws of physics, and his plan got ruined at the roundabout. But don't worry, I am reliably informed that a few minutes later, the man from Del Monte turned up and went, I'd not say yes, but I'd say, yeah, okay, it's all kind of damaged fruit, but we just got to make it into juice anyway. So yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Patience is a virtue. Even if you're excited, it's important not to spill your load too early. As this truck driver did whilst turning a corner. Here we go. That's another middle finger to physics. And now for more of a will they, won't they thing than Ross and Rachel. Obviously, these concerned citizens have prioritised filming the wobbly wagon over alerting the driver. God, it's like watching a drunk elephant on a tightrope. Oh, how it teases you. Ooh, nearly went then. Taking bets. Oh, there she blows. That's exactly what I was thinking. Western Australia now, and a messy breakup between car and trailer, because sometimes you just have to go your own separate ways. I'm sure the eminently sensible Ian Temperton will have a few things to say about this one.
Whatever you're carrying in or on your vehicle needs to be secured. I don't care whether you're an HGV driver with a full load on a 40-tonner or whether you're going on holiday and you've got 3 bikes on the roof of your car. If a vehicle sheds its load at any speed, it causes chaos behind.
Ian Temperton, the only man who can say sheds its load without cracking a smile. Sheds its load. Anyway, more chaos now. This trucker caused havoc when he couldn't quite cut it on the corner. After losing control, massive logs start flying out of his rear end. Logs, rear end. Perhaps what happened actually was he didn't quite get the address right, and the bloke has said, just drop him off on the corner. And he went, what, this corner? Yeah, mate, yeah, that'll be fine. Just drop them off on the corner. I live on the corner. Right, we need a clean-up operation. And here it is. This truck's been overloaded by a complete tool. After careering off course, he's left his load rolling all over the road. Mind you, all them bog rolls should come in handy for the driver, who's no doubt in need of some right about now. But credit where credit's due. This week's Escape Artist prize goes to this driver, who just about makes it through instead of ending up smeared on some loo roll. If you're sat on the sofa eating a pizza, you might want to put it down for a second. If you think you're having a crappy day, spare a thought for those people on the wrong end of this sewage truck. Oh, that's what's known in the trade as a poonami. Right, you know, I can't read the rest of this voiceover out. Right, you can start eating again now. So, we've seen rule-breaking, liberty-taking, and some seriously big mistaking. But with 3 million dashcams on the world's roads, there's plenty more where that came from. Join us next time for more from the world's deadliest drivers.